Channel and all entertainment. It's your boy PK, and today we got a full house. Listen, we got lots of people coming through. We got our extended family in here. We got a guest in here. We got old school look Paul in here. Then I see you all live in the chat over there, and both YouTube, both Kick, all you guys. Thanks for coming through. Hanging tight. Clowns will join us very soon. And yo, it's been an exciting week as we have one of the largest game launches of all time, right? Um, and I think we'll get to that just in a second. So let me just get through all of our guests and panel members. So we're gonna start with the guests. Hey, Frog Boy, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Could you tell everybody, shout out your channel? We will have a link in the description at the end of the show, but just give a little intro about yourself, what you be playing, a little bit of everything, man.
So I'm Andrew, Frogboy X1 Gaming is my channel. Play a lot of Xbox, PC, PlayStation, Nintendo, pretty much everything. So I review games, I review tech, and then yeah, man, I just like to go and have fun, do live streams with my community, and hang out with them. I don't know what else to say. And playing playing video game, playing Starfield right now. Starfield's been like the main thing I've been playing right now. I've been playing it on Xbox, PC, ROG Ally, pretty much everything. So just having fun exploring. The gameplay you're seeing behind us right now, that's gameplay from the other night. This is all spoiler free, just exploring.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate you coming through. Watching this guy for a while. I really like his content and definitely wanted to uh, put him on a platform. Let's hear this man's opinions, man. Let's get him conversating and arguing with Def and Paul. That's what I want to see. I want to see the grid match. Anyways, yo, no special order. We're gonna go definitely to Def Dealer, who is the host of the Majestic Mayhem and one of our sister shows on our channel. What's up, Def?
No audio.
Yeah, she muted herself.
It
I did. Oops. I do that every time, at least once per show. That's my one per show. So
she double missed herself. There you go. Yeah, start over now.
Hi, everybody. Great to be here. Thanks for having me on. And yes, we do Majestic Mayhem on Sundays, and we discuss a lot of different things, hence the name Majestic Mayhem. We are majestic, and we get into a lot of mayhem, so that's what we do.
They're going crazy over there. So, keep on going. We have. She don't really need an intro, but you know, she's like one of my besties over here, Joanna. How you doing, Miss Joanna Blackhart? Everybody, please.
What's good, PK? What's good, my dude?
How you doing? Thanks for jumping on.
Sorry, I don't have a camera today. If I'm being honest, I'm here in my pajamas right now.
Okay, well that
I don't know what
works.
kind of show you think this
I
is right here,
approve.
but I don't know what she's doing.
I approve.
In my pajamas.
What kind of pajamas are we talking about?
My pronouns are they, them.
My
I
pronouns
should
are man,
put that in my name. Oh, why didn't I think of that?
Hey,
Anyways.
and
But
just
yeah.
so you know, you hear her pronouns, and everybody, we should just do our pronouns. Mine is try me, and I identify as a problem, and don't you ever forget it. Hey, but welcome coming to the show.
It's good to be here.
Joanna, I seen you've been playing some Armored Core.
I have been playing Armored Core and Starfield.
Wow.
Armored Core's a banger.
And also Palea. And oh my god, I'm playing too many things right now. And I'm also playing a little bit of Sonic Origins because they added the Game Gear collection, which is very cool.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I need to finish Frontiers.
Oh, Frontiers.
Oh, that sounds good. Because I needed somebody to partner up with in Armored Core PvP anyway. Uh moving on. Like I said, Clowns will be back whenever he comes back. He'll just appear like a gnome sitting in your garden. So we gonna go to our eldest member, you know.
Do you already introduced Joanna? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's gonna be like that, huh? Oh, Paul, I'm coming.
he,
Okay. I get it. I see.
That counts me out. So
he is in the running of inventing the English language over here. So we got pineapple. No, it's power bomb. Pineapple Paul.
Ah,
So, Paul, I got to ask, how were the dinosaurs in person? Were they as nice as we suspect they were?
I'll tell you what, with some of the really tall ones, you had to be careful where you stood. I'm just,
I have no
Yo,
idea what happened.
it's all good. So with that being said, welcome everybody. Like I said, Clowns, he will appear like a gnome in the garden whenever you get back. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see you out there, Timmy. I see you, Sir X-Man. Thank you for coming through. Sir X-Man says he's older than Paul. I didn't
he
believe that was
is by
possible.
about 6 months. By about 6 months.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, that's not enough of an age gap there. I was thinking, I was hoping it was going to be much longer, like you're farting dust or something. 6 months is
Yeah.
nothing.
I didn't know
Yo.
I didn't know there was something before time existed.
Yeah.
Well,
There you go.
technically speaking, my mom swears up and down she taught the dinosaurs how to do the dinosaur stomp. So,
Is that a dance or something?
yes,
Yes.
I didn't know that was a thing.
it was an old dance, but yeah. Go talk to your grandparents.
Oh, did you do the?
No, I'm not a dancer. No.
So, what's up? What's up, Oni? Oni X. I see you in the chat. Hey, listen, we had a very exciting week because it was one of the largest game launches in history, right?
6 million in one day.
Was it
6 million.
seriously one of the largest in history?
Yeah,
6
it's one of
million.
the larger.
6
Yeah.
million.
That's a big deal. I believe they had just in pre-release, they had 4 million total across all platforms who played the game before it actually launched, which is
6
insane.
million Starfield.
I was one of them
players.
people. I was one of them people. So
So with that being said, and we want to talk about the Starfield. This is the biggest, and I'm gonna just put it out there. I am not the biggest Bethesda fan, right? And you know, don't judge me because I just didn't play them, and I just started playing Bethesda games with Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo and Hi-Fi Rush, which is still my favorite game of the year. Things like that, and this game is pretty damn amazing. But I want to hear what everybody has to say about this game, their experience on this game, their thoughts, and even longevity. How about that? So let's just start with the guest. This man has done it all. He has like 99 TVs in one room. The room you see him in, he has so many
Man.
TVs. He's got some watching his feet right now. Like he
I
is.
got one for my Nintendo, one for no, I'm just joking.
Yo,
Living the dream.
yo, I can't even. It's too many screens for me. Like I can't. I can barely blink. It's just killing me. But you know, this man is like Iron Man over here. So, yo, Froggy, man, tell what's up with Starfield, man? How you feel about it? What's your experience? Tell everybody how they should feel. Look,
All right, so
Star X-Men is
Starfield.
starting drama. He wants you to rate it.
I bought Starfield the day it came out. Well, early access. Joined the 107 club. Been playing it pretty much ever since that. Took Friday off from work to continue playing that. I got about 45 hours into it, and man, the story content was pretty good. The character creation, the characters in the game, I thought it was pretty good. I not really, like you said, not really a big Bethesda fan. I do like um, Elder Scrolls Online, but I never really could deal with like the stiff movement of the character animations. So I kind of the one Bethesda game I have the most time in. It was made by like Todd's team or whatever, was the Fallout 76. That one I got about like 24 hours into it. But Starfield, man, gosh, I'll be playing this game forever. Just going. I'm a pretty big open world gamer. I like open world games, so anything with lots of exploration in there, completely awesome. I'm still finding stuff that I didn't even know was possible in this game. This thing is awesome. They did a really good job. Uh, Visual quality on the PC, incredible. The Xbox Series X looks almost identical to that. What else? There's a lot of. I'm see. I mean, I'm still figuring things out, so it is kind of hard to like keep banging on about it. But I think I'll be playing Starfield
Hey
for a
man,
very
it's
long time.
nothing wrong with it. What is your first impression rating so far?
I gave it a 10 out of 10 in my review.
Ding.
Wow.
10 out of 10. What's up, Dreadpool in the chat? He came in to check on Death to see if we was,
What up,
beating up on her,
Dread?
but he know better. She beat up on everybody else.
He's
You know?
alive. He has risen from his tomb.
Yo, 10 out of 10. That is a perfect score, man. That's hard to do.
Perfect game.
Can
But I give 10
I
out of.
can I
I give
offer
10s to a
a
lot of stuff though. As long as
can
I
I
beat it, no, I'm
offer a
just joking.
counter opinion?
Yeah, go ahead.
Uh-oh.
That's why you here. So let's
Y'all know
hear it.
me. Like I'm very critical about media. I mean, for audience, for y'all that don't know me, I'm an accessibility designer in tech and games and media. Like I work in books and I work in games and I work in a lot of other industry and I design accessibility stuff. And honestly, the lack of accessibility really makes it brings my score down a lot. It's fun. I like it. I like the exploration. I like the mining, even though I think it's a little bit basic. Like
Look at here.
I think it's a good game, and in 6 months to a year, it'll be a great game. But right now, it's just kind of okay.
Well, I
I
mean,
would give it maybe like a 6 out of 10 right now.
Whoa.
wow,
Dang.
that's
That's worse
extreme.
than game the IGN dude.
Can I ask though, is it the controls on the controllers themselves that are making the score low, or is it the gameplay? Because I'm just curious. I genuinely
I'm
don't.
I have a lot of things that are difficult for me because of my fibromyalgia and brain stuff. And
Mhm.
so without a lot of accessibility features, like to really be able to customize my gameplay for it, I have a hard time really doing a lot of things. Like
Okay.
I'm limited to how much time I can use like controllers and stuff without toggles on switches and like every time you're like having to hold stuff down to be able to like run and sprint and jump and stuff, that's hard for me. And so like I can't really play games very much without really heavy accessibility on them.
Mhm.
and yeah,
And
and
I
I
also
feel
have
it.
dyslexia and stuff, and so like not being able to customize the captioning and the fact that like 20 characters are sometimes talking at once, it's really
Mhm.
weird.
Yeah.
There's like it's an okay game. Like I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it. It's just, you know, it's got some flaws. And
Yeah.
I mean I have worked with a lot of people that probably worked on that game, and like it's not a bad game. It just
Mhm.
needs some love. And
Yeah.
no game comes out the gate these days like perfect. I get that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, but I don't
we
know if
we
I
live
would
in an
lower.
era where games as services, unfortunately, a thing for better for worse,
Mhm.
and usually for worse, unfortunately, in my personal opinion. But like there's just a lot of issues that I can't really overlook. And again, because I'm an accessibility designer in industry, that does bring my score down for it quite a bit.
I was
Hey,
just
and I
wondering
and
because
I
I
get
mean,
that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
oh
off. I
no, you're
just want to
fine.
put it out there for you all. This is her job. I just want you to know this is why she's overcritical, because it's important. Um, and I understand we all gamers, but we got to remember that there are gamers that have challenges,
Mhm.
and we have to be forward thinking and thoughtful of those gamers as well, because they're also in this same community we enjoy. So even
Thank you,
though we
PK.
might not have those challenges, they do, and it is important to keep them in mind as well. Go
Yeah.
ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, honestly, your accessibility thing makes a lot of sense to me, even though I don't have those same issues playing
Well,
that
yeah,
you
accessibility
might
for
have.
everybody.
Yeah, I found like I love Dead Island 2. I absolutely love the Dead Island series. Dead Island 2 was a great sequel for the series. I just am not a fan of the controllers, and the fact that you can't change them around really bothers me. So I could understand where someone who can't use those particular things
Mm.
that way, it would be a serious hindering for them to play the game. So I think it's wonderful that you do that.
Let me give it some props though, because like obviously a 6 out of 10 is like the lowest score you're gonna hear today.
No.
Like it does some really good things that I like. Whenever you're doing the customization of the controllers, for example, it
Mhm.
actually shows you if multiple control like buttons are set to multiple things, and it shows you like if there's an overlap. That way you can go and fix them. That's
Mhm.
a good feature. That's a great
Yeah.
feature. I want to see that more in every game.
Well, it helps not just those who have
Yeah.
would need the accessibility, it helps other people too that are used to a different controlling things a different way, because it seems like with every console, and it could just be me, they seem to change the buttons around and space them out further or closer
Mhm.
together each time, and I can see how that would be an issue for people that don't have good dexterity, if that makes sense. I hope that's not coming out.
No, no, that makes
Yeah.
perfect sense. Like
Hey,
dexterity issues are a very common thing. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, Dev, since you're on the subject, what is your experience, and what do
Uh,
you give it?
with Starfield?
Yeah.
I actually, have not been allowed to play yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
Allowed?
oh, we
Wow.
I
about to
have not
kick
been
her
allowed
off
to
the
play yet.
show right now. She about to
Mm.
start
I've been
over.
allowed to watch it, I'm just not allowed to play it just yet.
Wow.
That is
Um,
crazy.
yeah,
You
my
know what? You
husband
know
I
what
see,
you got to do is
I've
you
had
got
a
to
long
warm
running.
up that backhand and then get that real stare going, and I
I'm
guarantee
letting him
you things
have
will
his
change.
moment. I'm letting him have his moment, and normally I would overstep his authority because, let's be honest, I'm the one who runs the show. But letting him have his moment, because since before the game came out, I have been making the joke. Anyone who's watched one of the other podcasts I'm on, or even Majestic Mayhem, I have mentioned that my first goal is to go throughout the galaxy and steal all of the toilet paper. That's right, people. I'm getting you all back for Florida and you all stealing the toilet paper during COVID.
Oh,
I'm coming for all of it,
she is
everything.
petty. What is
So,
this? Look,
and the
Paul
water. I'm
snickering
coming
like,
for
oh,
the
that was
water.
me.
So Dreadpool wants me to give people some time to stock up before I go in and
Yo,
steal it all. I'm taking
that
everything.
hey, listen, that's what's up. It's cool. Don't forget you can play it on a browser too. Um, and speaking of accessibility, Graphic God just stepped in here, and
What up, graphic?
and he is plays video games with one hand. I can't imagine, but he is a god at it. So it it it, it definitely is glad that he stepped in at this point in time. And
Pleasure to have you here, Graph.
before I just start giving him more praises, I'm gonna move on to the other accessibility champion over here, Mr. Cerebral Paul.
What? Oh, yeah. Hey, everybody. I am actually playing Starfield as we talk. Uh, so there you go. Yeah, and I have some of the same issues that Joanna has, especially around accessibility. I don't have near, mine is more about the biggest one I miss is actually there's no aim assist at all. There's
There's
no
no aim
snap
assist on
to,
that?
not a lick,
Oh, that
not
explains
a
so
stinking
much.
lick.
Oh my god, that explains so many things about my playing. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yep, not a lick. So yeah, I'm literally spraying and praying as I shoot through stuff. Um,
That explains why I've been only doing spray and pray. I had no idea there was no aim assist on it. Oh my god, it went to a 5.
Wow.
I love it.
but I have noted the other
Yo,
things like
okay, you guys are out of control and out of pocket. We supposed to be celebrating this. You guys are killing the magic
Unless it
over
drops
here.
down to a 2 or a 1, I think it's still good. You can have
Gosh.
scores with it. I mean, it's not technically speaking in school. If you get a D, it's still passing. Just saying.
So basically, I personally probably dropped mine down, not as low as her. I dropped mine down to an 8 because of the lack of accessibility. There are some things that I also have another friend who's colorblind and they have no colorblind mode. Though I mentioned to him that I said, have you really noticed, because the palettes they picked are relatively neutral as far as colorblind goes. And I know a lot of games are trying to do that more often, but still, they should still have the options because there's 3 types of color blindness that they filter for.
I have a really hard time with the minerals because so many of them use like 40 different shades of green.
Yeah, that's true. I just don't even look at the colors for that. I just look at the number. I just collect it. I don't know what it is. I'm collecting it. It says I can.
Says it does have aim assist.
Not on console. No, it doesn't. There is no option.
You think Sir X-Man plays on PC?
There's aim assist for the space fighting. It'll lock on for space fights, but not for the on ground combat. Okay, the land side combat, there's no aim assist or lock on.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Don't seem to have those. I appreciate your comments and your concerns and definitely the challenges you face. Me personally, I give it.
Well, no, I wasn't done. Done. Thank you very. You interrupted me, and no, I wasn't done.
All right, go ahead.
Because I probably have played it longer than anybody else here because I'm at like 4 days in game.
Oh yeah, do a poll. What would chat like?
What's that?
Yeah, I got a super chat, but go ahead and finish. Or you.
Go ahead. Because I can't see the. Go ahead. I can't see it, so go ahead and read it out.
So Ice Cold Cabbage, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. He says he wants me to do a poll to see how chat would rate it. That's a great idea, and we will definitely do that.
Hey, Cabbage, is that pounds or euros?
That's euros, but I think so. I think that's euros.
I always get those two mixed up.
Hey, don't get me wrong.
She.
So I'm loving the story. Really, I am. And all the side quests that you get just walking.
Yeah,
through
no,
town.
like the world is great. I love that you can.
Yeah,
sorry.
I think it's hilarious though that basically you're the nosiest person in the world. You're walking through town, somebody says something. Well, I'm going to go look into that. What the hell? Can you imagine if you did that in real life? You'd get nothing done. I mean, but yeah, I have noticed some weird things.
It's like being on social media.
I had a.
It is. It totally is.
I had a character without a head earlier today that was talking to me.
Thanks, Cabbage.
So yeah, but I'm enjoying it, and like Frog there, I'm going to be playing this for a long time. Because I want to see it all. I'm probably going to do like he did. I'm going to complete the campaign and go into Game Plus and keep adding to it.
Awesome.
Yeah, and get more into the shipbuilding side and the management side of things, because those are the last things I like to do in Bethesda games. But I will do them, and this game kind of pushes you to do some of that as you do some of the side quests, because you need to improve your skills and abilities to be able to do some of that stuff.
But do you have your ship's name already?
Oh yeah, mine is the short bus.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh, I see.
Almost as good as mine. Almost.
I wish y'all could see. I wish I had my camera on now because I just like smacked the shit out of my. Smacked the poop out of my face.
No, and I made it school bus yellow too. So I mean,
I need y'all to get under control. Y'all out of pocket over here.
I will say, like, I actually really enjoy how much story there is to find, because there's clearly just This is a game that I can see if Bethesda ends up supporting it, and Bethesda looks like they're looking to support it. It looks like it's going to be playable for the next 10 to 20 years. And maybe that's a better thing to say than, giving it a high rating right now, because I know that my rating is going to change.
All
Like,
right.
I
So
know it's going to get better and
Joanna is
better as they add more
pending.
content, as they add more. Like, I'm looking at the current game, but overall in the future, yeah, it might hit a 10 out of 10 on my rating.
This game is
Okay.
absolutely a 10 out of 10 for,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
me.
So Joanna's pending some changes, and she's on the fence. She looks for it to grow, and that's cool. I want to say that for me, I think it's an excellent game. My experience, I played through it, and I'm pretty much doing everything I can, trying to trying to swing this one chick. The reason why is because she don't judge me for killing people or stealing stuff. So I need a ride or die like that. So that's the one I'm trying to get with. Hopefully, I can bag her and marry.
What
And
I want to know is,
still trying to
can
get
you be
Farrah, man.
poly in this game?
did I do what?
Can you be poly in this game? Can you have more than one partner?
Nah, they won't let you do that. But you
Aw,
can.
boo!
But you can have.
4 out of 10.
but you can't. But you can have multiple different partners. You can have any partner you want. You just
Oh,
can't have
my ship's
multiple
extended warranty.
uh
Oh,
at the same time. Is maybe we
I,
could do that though, because let me just say this: on the PC side, the modding community is insane. All right,
Yeah, modders will probably add that in.
it,
they
it's
said about a year or something, didn't they?
out of
Bethesda said
out
mods
of
will be
the
here in
out
a
of
year.
all the games. And I thought Cyberpunk was crazy, right? Because Cyberpunk, man, has some crazy mods where I could spawn Bay next to me like she's taking a shower, and then give her a gun, and then we just go in. But this game has so much support, is insane. It has more pages on it than Elden Ring, and almost more than Cyberpunk now. And it's hadn't been out a week, so I can imagine that the modders will get to this and add those features in at some point. But yeah, for me, 9.5 out of 10, something like that. I think it's definitely a great game, excellent experience for me. Um, but besides that, this large game that's been pushing numbers, and we've been talking about numbers. There's also been another side, not necessarily critical, but just downright hateful of this
Yeah,
type of
Joanna.
game.
Oh no.
Oh, you mean Deluca
I,
Baby?
I'm not.
Hello, Paul!
So with that being said, there's a community out there who is calling for the firing of a
Oh,
PlayStation personnel because she's playing Starfield.
Yeah, stupid.
everybody's
I
playing Starfield. Why do you think
I
all
don't
the
know if
games are
anybody
getting
heard that, but
I missed what you said,
Alana
actually. Sorry
Pierce?
about that.
Alana Pierce, because she's a PlayStation gal and she works for him. She used to work for IGN, I believe, and people are calling for her to be fired because she plays and likes Starfield.
Is there any way to put my gameplay on?
Yeah, I got you. Um, she likes and plays. Yeah,
BK, yeah, I was gonna say we can't hear you.
yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So because she's playing Starfield and she worked for PlayStation, they calling for her to be fired. I think that's
That's very
before I
gamers.
say anything, I just want people to kind of give me their thoughts, and I'm gonna throw it back to Paul real quick, and I need him to just go ahead and just say what do you think about that? Because I heard him
I,
talking.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous because a lot of the higher ups in both of these companies play on all of these consoles. We know Phil does. Um, you know, he was playing. I believe he played Stray when it was just on PlayStation. We know he plays on PlayStation. It's no big deal. It's not like you work for this company, you're not allowed to enjoy or play on the other side.
Oh,
That's
whoa,
Are we
whoa,
talking?
whoa, whoa,
Are
whoa,
we talking
whoa.
about Phil My Spencer?
Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. Are we are we talking about
This Phil My Spencer?
playing
No.
Starfield, but you're a PlayStation owner? I thought that was against the law.
No. That'd be like if you work for Sony, you can't own a Toshiba anything. No, it doesn't. No, stop it. You know, you know.
Hmm.
Can I speak up here?
Yeah.
So, I in my work have made no secret of my feeling of the gamers, capital T, capital G. Gaming culture is unfortunately, incredibly toxic and uh not always fun. Um Racism, misogyny, transphobia, homophobia, etc., etc., etc. Like
Oh, I see.
these are what you're saying about them calling for this person to be fired. I mean, that's just kind of par for the course in the worst of ways. Now, I will say that the gamers, again, capital T, capital G trademark,
You trademarked
is
that?
yeah, I did. No, I didn't. Like it's a small percentage of people that take on like just 20, 30, 50 social media accounts and just spam the same messages over and over. Like it's one person that's just really really loud, and these people are not the vast majority. They're in fact a very small number. They just like to scream and look for anything to be screaming about.
Mhm.
Like it has less to do with you know playing games for a company of a different from a different company, and more to do with just looking to cause trouble.
I got you. All right, Froggy, what you think about this, bro?
Oh, about Alana Pierce.
Yeah.
I listened to her like her rebuttal thing before I went to work today, and I was just like, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, these kids, these little fanboys or whatever they are, they take it a little bit too far sometimes. I mean, when I first started my channel, it was almost like they all wanted me to pick a side, and
Mm-hmm.
like and I don't know, you just can't really pick a side. But if I had to pick one, I'd pick Xbox. And I've been a PlayStation fan since the very first PlayStation. So when it comes to Alana Pierce, what she said is pretty much makes sense. I mean, everybody's playing Starfield right now, and what she said, I mean, it makes sense. Every single one of them, all these developers want single player games to be successful. They do. If one of them flops, they all feel it. Even Phil Spencer said that in his little that gosh, I don't remember game on. Who was he talking to? That game on daily or whatever?
Tell my gas.
No, when not game on daily. The other guys, Paris and what's his name?
Oh,
What's that one
yeah.
called? Because he said
Um,
there, he's like, look, man, if a game like Redfall flops,
Oh yeah.
everybody
I know
that
you're talking
sets
about.
everybody back, because then everybody that's making a project that might be kind of like that, they're gonna have to change things, and it's gonna cost more and everything like so yeah, all of them kind of worry about when a game flops, and it's just kind of it's really childish, man. These kids, I don't think they know what they're talking about. Like I get that you want to be happy about PlayStation, you want to be happy about Xbox, but sometimes I think they take it way too far. Way too far.
Agreed, man. Agreed.
You guys could hear me.
Yeah,
yep.
for sure. Agreed. Look who decided to show up. It's our gnome from the yard.
What up,
And
Gallo?
he comes
Hey.
Welcome
in.
Oh,
to welcome to the show.
Oh,
Hello. Hi. Hi, everybody. How are you? Thanks for having me, PK. Um, so I want to say to Frogboy, the
yeah,
kind of funny X cast is Paris Lilly, Gary Whitta, and then
yeah, kind of
Snowbike.
funny, kind of funny. That's
Yep,
that's what I was thinking.
and Snowbike
Because
Mike.
I mean, I don't get to watch a whole lot of YouTube, but I mean, I'm usually so busy with my real job, and then I come home and I play video games and I try to make content. Like I work 7 days a week, man. I'm so beat
Oh
most
my
of the
god.
time. But
But you
What's up,
gotta
hip hop?
gotta give a big shout out to our good friend Hip Hop Gamer. What's up? For anybody
Ah,
who doesn't
jeez.
know, sorry, for anybody who doesn't know hip hop, he does some of the best interviews out there. And I've seen him work the floor at San Diego Comic Con. We didn't even
This
know each
man
other over
is
there.
energy is crazy.
It's dude, it's top notch. He is one of the best there is.
He got in that
And
quick nap.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, I mean, he's good. You got to check out his stuff, man. And he also released the song for Street Fighter. So
Oh, word.
yeah, yeah.
Word. Yo, this man, and I've known this man. I've been following this man on Hot 97 for years. All right, this man's been in the game a while. Yo, definitely check out his stuff, man. This man is the real deal, and I'm glad he's partners. He needs to come hang out with us, though. He needs to just sit his butt down and come hang out with us, and definitely got to have you on, man. But thanks for everything. But yeah, clowns, you missed out. And what was you saying?
No, I was just letting Frogboy know who's on the kind of funny X cast, but I wanted to say so I've heard some of what you guys were going through already, and where you guys are with Starfield on the numbers and everything, and then Alana Pierce. So I'll just kind of backtrack real quick, and then you can go forward. I would, when I first started Starfield, it was a slow game for me, and it was something that I was not expecting to be slow because I wanted it to be like Skyrim, where you jump in um and you just start, you just jump right in, you start fighting stuff, you see things like in Skyrim. You saw the dragon after you got off, you almost had your head cut off, and then you see the dragon. With Starfield, it's like, hi, I'm by myself in this big galaxy, how are you?
It's
I'm
it's more
just
cerebral.
I,
oh man,
Excuse
yeah,
me. What? Oh,
celestial cerebral. But it,
It
it
is
felt
celestial cerebral. Yeah.
it felt lonely. It for me, it felt lonely in the very beginning. It was very slow to pick up, and it wasn't until almost 2 hours, 3 hours in, where I actually started feeling like, okay, I'm getting somewhere now. I'm meeting people. There's people alive in this game. Like, I'm not by myself. By the stars. I'm not. Just hugging a comet and hoping for good luck. So once I got to that point, 2, 3 hours in, I started getting with the Crimson Fleet, with the Vanguard, with the UC, System Def, um, and that kind of stuff.
kind
So yeah,
kind of starts going on pretty fast once you get to that point. It's like very fast. Same with Death Stranding. Death Stranding was the same way. Starts off super slow, but then once you get to the part, oh my gosh, it explodes into like a masterpiece. That game is so incredible.
yeah. So you know, we saw the review scores come out from everybody, and IGN in America gave it 7 out of 10. Dan Stapleton, and I wouldn't question his numbers if it wasn't for the fact that he had a lot of biased stuff against Xbox. Like, if he never said any word biased against Xbox and he legit felt 7 out of 10, that'd be okay. That's your right to feel that way. But he just criticized.
Oh, that dude. That's
Could
what
could
y'all
you
were talking
imagine?
about.
Yeah, just
Could you
criticized
imagine
everything.
sitting there with an Xbox controller in your hand, being mad the whole time you're playing a game? Like, could you imagine that? Like, you have the ability to play on an Xbox or PlayStation or PC or whatever, and you just sit there and you're just mad the whole time you're gaming. You're not even enjoying it. Like, that is, oh, that's so bad, so
Yeah,
bad.
it's something that it's something I could, like, if I knew I didn't like a company, like if I just did not like Nintendo, let's say, and they're like, here's a Mario game to review for IGN, I'd be like, it's not going to be a fair review because I'm not a fan of what they produce. You got to find somebody who's either completely
Likes that
unbiased,
genre.
yeah, likes the
Yeah.
genre, or just completely unbiased. Either one, then you get a more fair review from somebody who might have experience playing games. But you hate something, you go in, you're not going to like it. I don't like horror movies that much, and if I
Well,
went into a movie with Dreadpool and Death Dealer, and it was a 10 out of 10 horror movie, I'd be like, oh, this is 3 out of 10. I got too scared. I wouldn't be able to give it a fair review like they could because they're
Well,
Mhm.
I
horror
mean,
fans.
think about it, man. If we're running a channel or a magazine or something like that, and our main thing is to get content out, to get clicks, to get whatever. So we're just reviewing. So a lot of us are just reviewing whatever. You're not going to like all of those games. And if you like me, I try to stay with the genres that I really like. Racing, open world games, PlayStation first party games, Xbox first party games, AAA games, but I do a lot of AA and indie games too. So it's like, yeah, man, I feel like some of these guys are just more concerned with getting content out than they are actually enjoying or figuring out about these games.
Yeah.
And that really sucks because Metacritic, I mean, like the developers, don't they get like bonuses depending on if their Metacritic score is high enough or something? You know what I mean? And got people out there just playing these games and being mad the whole time. I don't know. It sucks, man. I just made a video the other day where I was like, gosh, is it even worth it sometimes to continue doing this? Because it really does. It just gets too you get so many people coming at you that are just negative all the time, and yeah, it's starting to get on my nerves pretty bad.
I mean,
See,
that does happen, and I want to make sure everybody get a chance to speak on it. But um, the whole thing, and I don't know if you commented on your other thing there, clowns, but I just wanted I wanted everybody to understand that we're not going to always agree on 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 ratings or how we experience the game. That's the point. We're all different. And believe me, I tell you, I am not lying. Clowns and I don't always agree on what we like when it comes to gaming. Trust me. Sometimes we do hit that middle. Like me, Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge. Yo, never
Uh,
uninstall that game, play that game now. But
real quick, hold the thought,
yeah.
PK. I think that dealer was gonna say something. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Def. I didn't mean to cut you off if I did.
oh no, I was just gonna say that I mean, since the height of social media and the fact that everyone now can voice their opinions on a much larger platform than what we used to be able to, say, even 20 years ago, not everyone's going to like every game they play. And it used to be you didn't find out you weren't interested in the game until you bought it, brought it home, or you rented it from Blockbuster. Tells you how old that is.
Yeah,
I mean, and I think that people forget that they every once in a while they would get terrible games, but they would just let it go and be like, okay, well, obviously I'm not into this series, so I know not to buy the second or third one of this series. You know what I mean? And they might be a little more cautious when that company releases a different game, where now people just pick apart games left and right. I mean, I tend to go into a game with the expectation of I hope it's at least playable. There have been many games I've come across that I could sit here and rant and rave like a lunatic for hours over. But is it really going to benefit anybody? No, because my opinion is mine and mine alone. It doesn't mean that it's going to dictate the next person's opinion of the game. So I think people are just often and negativity is too easy to say instead of the positives. I especially with this whole Starfield thing, I've noticed that it's much easier to come across the negatives than it is the positives. And half the time it's by people who have absolutely no interest in playing the game anyway, because they want to act like they haven't bought every console known to man when we all know most people have multiple consoles and not all by the same company, you know? Could just be me.
It doesn't make sense to be loyal to a brand.
Yeah,
Like, even the people that are making the games, and I say that as one of the people making a lot of games, like, I'm not sitting here looking to be owned by a particular company.
yeah.
Like, I just love doing what I do because I want to make good stories and I want to like help people make good stories.
I think
Like,
each
and
council
that's
has
what
its
most devs are
benefits.
thinking.
Yeah, I mean, most consoles have their own benefits. I mean, there's a reason Nintendo's still around. They've got Mario and Zelda and that, and then PlayStation's got their few games and Xbox has they each have their own bonuses and they also have their cons. And I guarantee most people that play video games on a regular basis have at least a PlayStation and an Xbox or a Nintendo running around somewhere in their house. I mean, so to me, it just doesn't make sense. Why are you complaining about a console that you most likely own?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Did it for the clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, the clicks. Yeah, I mean that's a shame. And speaking of
It's just schoolyard
clicks,
bullying.
I
Yeah.
put up this. I put up this little thing on Dreamcast, guys. I don't feel bad about it, but it's like a picture of him, and he's like doing his two things with his mouth open, and I was like, "Oh look, eBeggar Trophies Award for something
Mhm.
like the look. I sold two souls for personal gain or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
And oh, and back to the Leah thing. I don't think they're really coming after her for enjoying a game that's on a console that on her competitor's console. Honestly, I think that has more to do with the fact that she's a woman and has an opinion and is known to have, you
No,
know what I
no,
mean? She's
because
more
before
out
this,
That's
there.
before
exactly what
this,
I
they loved
said.
her.
Oh,
Before this, they
hold on.
loved her.
wait,
Hold on, Paul.
hold on,
Hold on,
Yeah.
Paul.
Paul.
Cook your thoughts and let Death finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's she is well known and she was loved. And the second she said, "Hey, this isn't as bad," everyone that was fanboying over PlayStation went, "She's a traitor." And again, most of those guys probably have an Xbox in their house somewhere. I guarantee if they don't have a new one, they probably bought the original Xbox or 360 or you know what I mean? So it seems to me like they're
Xbox.
picking on
Mm-hmm.
her
Mm-hmm.
because she's a woman, she's had her opinions verified, people have agreed with her, and now she says one thing, they're like, "Oh, no, we're gonna cancel her over this." It's like, but why? Because she likes a game that's played on another console? Are we supposed to pick one console and only play that forever?
Are you
That's
new to
exactly
Twitter?
what I was
Are
saying.
you new to Twitter?
That's why I
Apparently.
stay out of the console wars because I think they're just. I mean, like I said, I own an Xbox, I own a PlayStation, I own a Nintendo, and I will never not own these things in the newer models because I enjoy the games that are available on them. You know, that's just me. So I don't see why anyone else would go so far as to hate on somebody's job for giving an honest review for a hobby that they enjoyed.
Well, they do it all the time, and it has nothing to do with her being a woman. They do it to the guys too.
Well,
As soon as somebody who works for Microsoft says the Sony game is good, the hate is on, and same goes
Yeah,
the other way too.
yeah, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen to the men that do it. It's just as a woman from a woman's perspective, I can only imagine the hate
She's
she's
saying.
receiving, and
She's
it's not the
saying.
normal hate you would receive. You know
And
what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
and
Mm-hmm.
uh and Def, forgive me. I'm not trying to cut you off, but I
Oh no, you're
think
fine.
what she's trying to communicate is because she's a woman, they don't have the same energy. It's a little bit more aggressive, is what she's saying.
It's more violent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if let's say a PlayStation came out, a game came out that was off the charts that everybody loved, and she said, "Well, while I enjoy the game, I have this issue with it." She'd instantly receive a whole bunch of hate for it, where a man, they might discuss it with him or just tell him, "Oh, I'm not following you anymore," where she might receive threats, I mean, it's unfortunate that women have to deal with harsher consequences for having an opinion in the game community. That's
I
all.
get that.
That's exactly what I was saying earlier about the fact that it's it's just capital T, capital G, the gamers causing problems and trying to look for something, and looking for any place where they can be misogynistic or homophobic or transphobic or racist or whatever. Like these are common problems in gamer culture and are
Mhm.
something that like are societal issues. And
Mm.
not to get too, into my work here, y'all, but like the more intersectional you get, like the more things you got against you, like, you know being like a black trans woman, like that's they'll come after you for whatever, for whatever they got. Like they'll
Mhm.
look for any reason to attack you, and that's what this is. It's like it's just cruelty. That's all it is. Cruelty is the point.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, I absolutely agree, and it's sad, and then it's just a shame. It really is.
With Lana Pierce, I was gonna say that she's somebody who's been in the spotlight for a little bit now. She's I believe she started IGN is what really gave her big break, and at IGN she was always criticized for being a girl playing video games, and she got the
Mm-hmm.
brunt of angry male culture um, about it. She was continuously harassed for a while, like, oh, girls don't play games good, girls can't play games. And she got through it, she proved herself. I mean, at heart, she's a gamer. She's been playing games for a long time, and, she didn't let it get to her. She furthered her career, and kudos to her for getting through that, because that would temporarily upset a lot of people, and they might quit the industry over stuff like that. So, got to give her credit for staying strong. And she goes to work for Santa Monica and works under Corey on God of War. She's a writer over there, and that's the whole reason why people got angry at her tweets. Is that somebody's like, oh well, I'm gonna tell Corey and your bosses that you're playing Starfield. You shouldn't be promoting that on your streams. And it's like, listen, dude, this is her personal streams. She's not on the clock. She could do what she wants. She's a consumer like any other employee of any other corporation. At the end of the day, it's her free time. She can play what she wants. Everybody in the industry, a lot of these developers are friends with each other. They may work for EA one day and then go work for a contract on Ubisoft the next week or something. So it's like people move around, people are friends, people stay friends. The marketing wars that you see and the Twitter stuff, that's not like real life, right? Like these people, like, they everybody in the industry plays on opposite consoles. They don't just stick to the one that they work for. I mean, imagine if Nintendo employees only played Smash Brothers all day long. Come on, that doesn't make sense, right? I made a friend on Xbox that works for Nintendo, and he was playing Forza Horizon 5 with us. So it's like, really? You're gonna get mad at Alana? And on top of that, I think that dealer has a point, and Joanna has a point too. I think because she is female, is why this person was so aggressive with their trolling or their inflicted fake outrage, because they're thinking, well, if she's maybe she's a female, so she's gonna give up easier and say, oh, you're right, or just cut her stream. But that's not gonna happen.
Also, I just want to say something to what chat said here a moment ago. John 907 says, it's just BS talk, should be nothing to her. Man, nah. That's not really
Y-
how it works.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on with you on that
Let's
one.
let's pile on John here for a second.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pile on you because your guy. It's different when men are harassed online. It is a big difference compared to when women are harassed online. When men are harassed online, they get things like, oh, you're a POS, you're fat, you're lazy, you're ugly, you're this, you're that, you're a terrible human being. They attack your character in general and sometimes your looks, right? Maybe you might get the occasional, if I see you in person, right? Women, however, and I've experienced this myself with online hate, I have been threatened with acts of violence. That is a lot different when someone tells you they're going to hunt you down and have fun with you before they, unalive you, or they're going to send people to, come do horrible and terrible things to you. That's a lot different for a woman to receive those messages than a man. You know what I mean? Like as women, we already worry about going outside at night by ourselves without letting someone know where we are. And to receive those threats, violent threats, it definitely does something to you psychologically over time because you do start getting extremely paranoid, and that is absolutely no way to live.
I once had a dude, because I kicked him out of one of the guilds I was running, uh, be posting and sending me pictures that was like my name written on knives and stuff in red paint. Like you you go ahead and deal with that. Like that's super not okay. That's it's not okay.
So,
And like
so
Yeah.
telling them that telling women that you're gonna be ard and like that they're looking for hunting down your address. They know where you live. Like I've dealt with plenty of
and
stalkers in my past, and it's not
and
Yeah,
okay.
I've had a couple of
and
stalkers, and that's
I'm
terrifying.
not gonna cut you ladies off, and I'm not gonna pretend that any of your experiences is not extreme. Like I just want to put it out there, you guys. Everybody's experience is a little different, and we all deal with it differently. And we can't always speak for everybody and their experience and how what they deal with, but we should empathize, right? We should empathize that hey, I may not understand what it's like to get shot, but hey, I empathize that might hurt, right? And everybody just go through things differently. But what we all are truly saying is it is a bunch of BS, and it
Mhm.
is not cool that they came for her the way they did. And I mean, they didn't. This is nothing new, right? This is
Mm-hmm.
nothing new
Mm-hmm.
under the sun. This stuff going on. It's not just because she's a woman, but however, it was magnified because she was.
Yes, there it
Um,
is.
it's not that because let's be real, they come for everybody, and
Yeah.
these guys are I won't say guys, all of them are, and they're not the majority, they're the minority. Most of us just play games, don't even know half the stuff is going on. However, we on here talking about it because we are the minority that is aware, and and what we try to do is spread the word, right? To let other people know who might not know. And for you all in the chat who are listening in to share these things, you might not even heard this. And that's why we sit here and talk about it. But just to be fair, we have to have that empathy and respect for everybody who wears shoes. Come on, bro. Like we're not gonna always understand and feel the same pain they do, but we should have empathy for them. All right. And I say that all the time. And yes, my slogan is play games, not companies. I say that all the time. Play
Mhm.
games, not companies, because you can't tell me you're a gamer if all you do is sit on Twitter and talk about Xbox all day. That means you're not playing games, or your favorite game is Twitter. I don't know which one it is, but it's one of the two. So I do appreciate everyone's opinion on this. We running short on time, so I do want to hit on a couple topics before we get out of here. And Starfield is just a huge piece, huge thing. A lot of influence going on. It hit lots of numbers. Um, the point is, whether you like it or not, everybody is talking about it. And that is
Mhm.
huge.
Just share respect. If you don't agree with their opinions, you don't have to agree.
Well,
Just
yeah,
politely
yeah.
move along on your way
No,
or have an open discussion. Like
that's what we're doing.
that's
That's
it.
what we're doing. We
Yeah.
don't always agree, and that's the whole point. We don't want to
Yeah.
agree. We want to have uh, disagreements so that we can hear the other side. But what I'm saying is,
Mhm.
we're not attacking each other. We're not sitting
Mhm.
there talking about I'm gonna come over your house or I'm gonna fire you and all that other stuff. We're not trying to. Don't get me wrong, we do talk like that. We don't know how to act, but we just be playing because we love each other. So don't
Yeah.
judge us. Don't be capturing me somewhere down the line looking at my video. You did say that. You know what? I did,
Hey,
but
PCAM, coming over your house. I'm making a sandwich.
you see that? That's what I'm talking about. So we're doing it out of fun. So, but we're definitely not looking at that. Listen, everybody in the industry is human, just like the rest of us, and we're out here trying to be entertained and to consume our media the way we best we know how. So, um, those in the chat, you guys sound like you got a lot more sense than the dudes we're talking about. So, you know what I'm saying? This is why it's important to have these conversations and instead of enjoying this game, we're talking about the people who are not. And and that's kind of what I'm getting at. So to end all that, Starfield is a huge game, whether you like it or not, whether you enjoy it or not, whether you're a 10 or a 5, we're all talking about it, and we're probably going to be talking about it for the next few weeks coming because
At
it's
least some
just
Mortal Kombat. No, I'm just-
at least
Mhm.
until Mortal Kombat.
At
And by
least
the
some
way,
Mortal
You know
Kombat.
what? I'm looking forward to the new Sonic game. That's gonna break my attention from
Yes.
Starfield
and
entirely.
well, okay, Sonic. So I'm a Sonic fan too, and I'm just gonna say, yo, anybody who wants to donate to the PK birthday fund, Mortal Kombat does come out right before my birthday, so I'm just throw that out there. By the way, clowns, could you put up we were supposed to have a
Bull.
poll for everyone who wants to see what did they give Starfield. I don't know how many numbers you can put up, but do like a range if you can. Um, so before we get
Start
out
with
of
start with 9 and work your way up to 10.
here, he's being absolute. He's not gonna give you a choice. Um, so outside of Starfield, we did hear some rumors of a Switch 2. Now we haven't seen it, and it's supposed to be demoed in Gamescom behind closed doors. Of course, you probably had to sign NDAs, but
Running the Matrix.
it's supposed to have be able to run ray tracing and have similar power to a Series X and a PS5. And I'm gonna start with me because I just kind of and I'll round it up. So I would just want to say, listen, don't believe the hype. All right. It may be sporting a new NVIDIA APU or DPU is what they call it. And it might be Nintendo don't pay for the cutting edge technology. I don't know who tell you that, but they never will do that again. It will be whatever is left on the shelf somewhere up under a box that Nvidia got left over. That's the one they're gonna buy, and they still want a 20% discount.
I
And
don't know.
so it's
Man.
probably going to be somewhere on the long lines of a 3060 APU, more like a laptop 3060. And I even go as far as a 3070. All right. But that's still not the same type of power that a PS4 and Xbox Series X has. Um, Granted that they're still using Ampere technology. They're not going to go to the next level. So, with that being said, it's definitely going to be cheap. And Nintendo has not sold a console with a loss. It's all nah, it's not gonna be it's not gonna be 3080. I'm gonna tell you that now. Nvidia jacked up all their prices on their boards on purpose. All
I
right.
haven't bought a new board in 8 years now. I've been needing a new one for a long time. Just
So
because they're running so expensive, I can't.
so I would say Switch. So can it run Starfield? Starfield and Cyberpunk share one thing. They're very resource intensive.
My ROG Ally runs it.
Um, well, ROG Ally is a Zen 4 or
Through
modified
the
Zen 4.
cloud.
Um, so yeah, they have to do mostly through the cloud. But my thing I'm saying is it technically it is possible to get it to run, but it will be kind of kind of low spec. I'm not saying that it will, but I just don't believe it because Nintendo does not sell their consoles at a loss. Nvidia jacked the prices up of all of their boards, so it did it would cost more to make than Nintendo would sell it for. Nintendo would sell
What
their
if
console at
what if their
$300.
new what if their new console is just a home dock for the Switch that's already out?
I don't believe that because they want to
They want
sell
that for
you
compatibility.
they want to sell you their media. they always have their own proprietary media, and they want you to buy it. This is why Nintendo games never go on sale. This is why Pokemon is still $60 and things like that, because you can only play it on that particular device. So I just think it's a little bit of an overshoot to say it's that powerful. I don't believe it, but I could be wrong. Anyways, let me move over. I heard you making comments there, Froggy. So go ahead and speak to it.
Um, well, I
Oh,
don't know.
you asking me? I'll see
I
what I can
kind
do.
of I kind of feel like Nintendo's in an interesting position right now. The Switch is very, very popular. If they were to bring out a dock that could dock with the original Switch, but still have, you know, power capabilities that would push that high of a power limit, because if you're doing a 3060, a 3070, you need a higher power limit. Having this ROG Ally now, man, this battery lasts like 30 minutes on some games. Like it dies fast. So I don't know. Power wise, they would have to have a dock
Yeah.
that would be able to have backward compatibility.
Yeah.
Switch was
30
just too
minutes ain't going to
popular.
get you through the opening
Nintendo
sequence
is
of
not gonna do
Starfield.
that. Yeah, they definitely.
Yeah, I literally have to have my ROG Ally plugged in the whole time. That's it's pretty bad. Oh yeah, I forgot about
So what do you think about this Switch 2?
Switch 2. I heard that they were running the Matrix demo on there. They were talking about having DLSS capability. They were talking about having, you know, um, what's it called? Ray tracing, all of that type of stuff. I mean, it is possible, and I don't really think that Nintendo is against higher price consoles. I don't think that they would be against that, but at the same time, I think that they're going to want to stay more handheld. Um, I think they want to stay more handheld, probably, or at least still have the dual functionality of handheld versus, and being able to have it still play on a big screen as well. But then you got 4K capability, and I don't know. I think Nintendo's really struggling with that. You've seen that with like Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. These games are way big, and they do good on the handheld, but they're not really the greatest on a big TV. So I think they probably are looking into that. There's no escaping 4K.
I think that their biggest struggle is networking. But Clowns, you was you was about to say something.
I was gonna say something to Yobi in here. Yobi mentioned um, that jailbroken switches can run some things on the cloud, and I'm not sure if he's speculating the Switch 2 or the first Switch
He's asking
iteration.
questions.
The so what I can tell you is that I mess around with a lot of stuff, and the first Switch jailbroken does not have the capabilities as of the last update to run xCloud through the browser. However, a jailbroken Switch can run Moonlight, which can stream from your PC. You can even set that up to do remotely. Just it's just not as good remotely versus Wi-Fi. But the minute that Switch updates the capabilities on their browsers, which you have to unlock anyway through DNS bypass, but the minute that they have the capabilities to run xCloud, I'll be the first one to try that out.
All right. Ladies, Def,
Yes.
how you feel about a Switch 2?
Mm. Well,
Do you
honestly,
believe their rumors?
I am a Nintendo fan. So chances are, if it well, and my tiny giant's also a Nintendo fan as well. We love our Switch. So if the rumor is true and they come out with a second one, depending on what it offers in all that, will be something we end up purchasing. However, if it's just like an extension to the Switch, I'm not sure about that, because I mean, I know some people have issues with their batteries, and I can understand that. I don't really have an issue with my battery running out too quickly, so that's not something I'm too worried about. But then again, I use mine to play like Zelda and Mario games. So I mean, I guess it just depends on what benefits they offer with the new console if they come out with what and what all it will do. I mean, personally, do I care if it hooks up to my TV? Not really. The Switch does that, but I've never actually connected it to a TV. I always just use the handheld just because, I don't know, it's easier that way. The kid can play, whatever game she wants on the TV in the living room, and Dreadpool can play on the other TV on the other room. So everyone can game together and we're all out of each other's way. So if it's set up like that, then I'll probably do it. But I probably won't be going out and rushing to buy it as soon as it drops, just to see how it works.
You know what I secretly think is that if Tiny Giant nags that dealer's gonna say, Dread, no more Insta X 360s until we get the Switch 2.
Oh
Yo,
no,
wait a minute. Is that his new name? That's his new gamer tag, Tiny Giant?
no,
No,
that's
that's
no,
their
no, that's
daughter.
our daughter, Tiny
Oh.
Giant.
Oh. I was about to get him.
No, she's a tall girl.
Yeah, she's literally a tiny giant. She's almost the same height as me at 10 years old. So
Hey.
she is a tiny giant.
All I want from the Switch 2 is Hall Effect joysticks.
Is what?
Yes.
Hall Effect
Hall Effect.
joysticks. Hall Effect joysticks, for y'all that don't know, are basically the
Magnetic.
way the current joysticks work on most consoles, including like Xbox and PS5, etc., are using capacitor systems that wear out over time, and that's what ends up resulting in drift. The way Hall Effect works is it uses magnets instead.
You mean like this? This controller?
Do you have a Hall?
You mean like this one or this one? Both
Are
of
you-
these.
Are you
Both of
kidding
these-
me?
Two different brand companies, and you would never get stick drift.
Are they both with Hall Effect?
Not both. These use different technologies. One uses magnets. One uses a different method. But neither one of them will get stick drift.
See, now this actually explains when I got my Switch, Dreadpool insisted on buying me an extra controller for it that'll actually connect to it so I don't have to use the Switch's controllers. And he said so I didn't wear them out faster. And I was like, why would
they
you wear
wear
them
out.
out? That makes sense. I appreciate the information, my love.
yeah.
This is what I'm here for.
So-
I teach for it's a big part of my job. I love
So
doing it.
I literally, this has magnets, and this will never get stick drift. And then the other one I got here.
Is that by Ghoulie Kit?
Yeah, that one is. And then this one also won't get stick drift.
I can't see what that is.
Game Sir.
Huh. I've been following the Ghoulie Kit work for a while, and oh my god, that tech is sexy. Sexy.
So both of them, even though they use two different methods to get the same job done, both of them will not get stick drift.
Let me tell you a little bit of a secret, by the way, something most
I might
people
buy
don't
one
know
of those.
about. This is-
Dread said the Holophix sensor is the sensor you have, PK.
Okay.
So, out of curiosity, since you're talking, is this because this one holds on by magnets? Is that one of those? Oh no, Dreadpool's telling me. Never mind.
Basically, the way it works is the joysticks themselves have the magnets in them, versus the standard.
A mechanical.
So you'd have
a mechanical.
It's a
like
mechanical
magnet
difference.
sitting on top of like a mechanic.
Yeah, instead of a
Around.
mechanical piece.
It measures
Okay.
the
Oh, okay. Mine's just you
the
can
magnetic
change
force.
the pieces on some of it. So
Well,
okay. Well, now I know.
And
Like I said,
fun
yeah.
fact that a lot of people don't know about, believe it or not, what was it, 30 years ago, whenever the Sega Saturn came out, it actually had Hall Effect joysticks.
So I'm gonna
Well,
show
that
you
explains
pictures
why
that
they still
on
work
this
today.
side.
That's why they still
This is-
work today.
This is what your joystick looks like under the cover.
Well, that explains why controllers have been so touchy. I've noticed that if you like leave them for a while and the joystick like presses up against something for like a day or whatever, your person starts to wander when you go to use the controller next
Yes.
time. That makes sense
It's
now.
So you
it's
see
it's
this?
older tech that's cheaper, and so companies found that they would rather just go with the cheap solution instead of something that costs like a few pennies more that will never break
Leave
because
it.
then it never
Y-
breaks.
Good thing you don't need to buy a
Well,
new one. Yeah.
well, the technology is patent, so it's kind of like you got to pay the
Hall
money.
effect joystick, Hall effect technology is not in fact patent. It's a thing that's been around for 30 years. The way they're being made right now by Ghoulie might be patent, but that's a
Yeah,
different story entirely.
yeah. There's this patent,
That's
but the point is, going back, I agree. I think all controllers should definitely use this method on the joystick so that we won't have to worry about that anymore.
I agree. It's annoying when you go to set your controller down and it like falls over, and the next time you go to use it, your person's walking off. I have a hard time walking straight in a game anyway.
So
Dread
anybody,
says Dreamcast had it too. That makes sense because the Saturn had it. Yeah.
so anybody who is interested in any of my joysticks,
I'm not even touching that one.
Yeah, don't touch his joystick, man. Don't. No.
You
No.
nasty. You
hey, listen,
nasty.
I got the hookup. Just DM me. I got you info coming down on it. Hey, listen, clowns, switch to. I know. Wait, Paul. I ain't heard Paul talk long time. Go ahead and talk, Paul. What's up with this switch to?
I've never owned a Switch. I've never even played on a Switch.
Never mind. Move on. This man is
Oh,
just
what do you have against Mario, sir?
yeah,
Because it's a
looking like
platform.
Mario's
Wait.
granddaddy.
It's a platformer, and we know that I'm not good at platformers. No. I have played Mario games because I have old Nintendo stuff and stuff, but I just you know I agree with a lot with what you said, though, that it all depends on what they're going to do with it. If it's just a slight upgrade to the current Switch, or just an extension of that, then it's not really going to be worth it. They really need to I'd like to see a jump in their technology instead of just sort of
It'll
riding
be a
on their
jump, but it won't be.
right. It won't be a leap, it'll be a jump. Yeah.
It'll be a leap from the Switch. I just don't believe it'll be more powerful than the Series X.
Oh no, I don't think so either. I don't think it'll
Oh,
be
no.
Well, now we need another poll. Who wants me to go kidnap Paul and make him play Mario with me all day?
We
If
don't
you're
need
gonna
no
I ain't
poll.
wait,
lying.
if,
We
if
don't
you're
need no
Okay.
poll for that. You just don't
if you're
put on
gonna if
your
you're gonna
hood.
kidnap me, though, wait till your haunted house is up, because I want to see it. So
Oh man, yo,
Absolutely. Everybody wants to come see it. I'm going to do videos for you guys.
clowns,
I'll let you see my awesomeness.
switch to. Where did clowns go?
I have no idea.
Oh, Yobi sent me on a
There
rabbit.
he is. He muted himself.
Yeah.
It wasn't just
Yeah,
me.
no, Yobi sent me on a rabbit hole of looking
See,
at
this
stuff.
man,
now.
we're
You're
doing
kind
a
of quiet there,
podcast,
clowns.
and
Clowns,
he's
you're kind
going-
of quiet.
He's doing other stuff. Listen,
Yobi sent me on a rabbit hole.
listen. Switch to.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you
So
believe the rumors? What do you feel about it?
the only reason why I would want it is so I can mod it, because I love
I know that's not my
Modding
question, but it's
Nintendo
okay. I don't know how we went down there. I say, do you believe the rumors? And would you, how you feel about it?
How do
I know you're
feel?
gonna mod it, but
Yes.
it won't matter what it is. You'll mod it anyway. But
Do I believe the rumors that the Switch 2 is coming out?
no, that is just as powerful as the PS5 and Series X.
No
That's-
way.
No, Nintendo is not known to do that because they would not be able to put the price point. Nintendo always makes a profit on the cheap consoles they produce. And I say cheap because they try to put budget parts and market it as
Yeah.
a great market tactic with their first party titles. And they're good at it. Like, they are
Yeah.
really good at that market, and they know what to do. They know how to make these things sell and put little tricks and tips in them to make everybody want them. The colors look great. And they came
Yeah.
up with a hybrid system just to sell it. So, yes.
By the way, I would think for it to be as powerful as the X or the 5, it would have to actually come with heat-resistant gloves. Okay, the heat dissipation on something that size would be outrageous.
Well, I mean, we could do that, man. Technology, but we'll see. We'll see. So listen, we are at time. I did want to get to one more, but it's all right. We had a great discussion today. And listen, let me just say this. For those out there who did not see the One Piece live action on Netflix, definitely go out and check that out. That is a blast. Um,
Uh,
we
yo,
are, we got a lot of great friends who did voice acting in Starfield. So we are looking to get them to come hang out with us.
And on
And
Majestic Mayhem too. We got to set that up.
that too. So we'll get to that. So what I do want to wrap it up. And first thing is first, I want to thank everyone in chat for coming hang out. What is the poll looking like, clowns? Uh 56% is a 9, 31% is a 10, 6% is 8, and 6% is 7 below. Yo, I love you all. You guys are awesome. Thanks for participating. We'll be faster at it next time because clowns will be here next time. Um,
And I now have my narcolepsy medication.
yo,
uh,
good for you, man.
So
this
now when he falls asleep, it's just because
what?
you're really boring him. It's not because
No,
it's a
no, it's because he didn't take it. It doesn't matter if he's got it; he's got to take it. Anyways, um, yo,
Man,
shout out to
I
Paris in the
took
chat.
it. I took it, so now I can go another 8 hours now. I feel energetic all of a sudden.
Good for you, dude. For real,
Hey,
for real.
hey, listen, I want to shout out to Froggy for coming by, man. He's a great guest, man. I like this guy. He's got strong opinions, a love for Starfield, love for games in tech and everything. This man got 99 TVs. Um, so
He's got a
if
great
he
setup
if he
too.
ever
Look at
wanted
that
to do
setup.
I
That's
TV
need
beautiful.
reviews,
just one more.
this guy could do TV reviews. Okay, he got 99 of them, definitely. Uh, listen,
Wait, hold
Froggy,
on. 99 TVs, but
yeah.
TCL ain't a problem. Ain't one.
TCA, yeah, TCL's not one.
We're all
Oh,
coming over to
oh,
game at your house
No,
one night.
oh. So,
I'm a Vizio fanboy. No, I'm just
hey,
joking.
hey, Froggy man, listen, we'll get your links in the description afterwards, but tell everyone where they can find you and everywhere that they can find you so they can check you out again.
So, Frogboy X1 Gaming here on YouTube, Mr. and Mrs. Frog product reviews on YouTube, and then Twitter. That's it. No other social media. Oh, maybe Discord. But I'd have to get a link for Discord. There's a link on my YouTube if you want to get into Discord.
All right, I appreciate that, man. Definitely check this man out. He's got great content. I really like watching him. Um, and listen, I'm gonna
And
move
Party at
on.
Froggies. Yeah.
I'm gonna move on to Joanna. Thanks for coming through. Always, this is my little bestie here. She's always clutch. You know what
What
I
up?
mean?
Glad to
You
be
know what I
here,
mean?
PK. Thanks for having me. Can I shout out a couple things real quick?
Absolutely. That's what I want you to do.
Word. I'm at Joanna Blackhart on everything. BLACKHART. There is no E in my name.
I
I
like how she
am.
spelled that.
I'm an accessibility and sensitivity designer, and I'm the absolute best at what I do. JoannaBlackhart.com. My most recent game to come out that I worked on was Frog Song. I got a bunch of new things down the pipeline. Uh, also, I haven't had a chance to say this yet, but I want to thank Carlo and UPK for hooking me up with a chance to speak at Comic Con
That's
San
right.
Diego recently. Thank you so much. That was the time of my life, and Carlo, it was a great pleasure hanging out with you. And
Absolutely.
like, yeah, I would love if y'all follow me on stuff. Just Joanna Blackheart on everything. If I'm on it, my name is Joanna Blackheart.
Absolutely. And I'm a thank you very much for coming through and hanging out. Hey, Oni X, I gotta get this super chat. Oni X, thank you for the $2. And Frog plays on Sports Bar. I don't know what that means, but that must be an inside joke.
Yeah.
uh,
Sports bars.
thank you for that. Hey, listen, at 4GQTV, we are nothing but a big family, extended family, and it's more than just this show. Yo, we have lots of shows and interviews, and guess what? One of our hosts of one of our sister shows is here, and her name is Def Dealer. Please, Def, tell them where the next time they can grace your presence.
You guys can find me Sunday nights on this channel for Majestic Mayhem, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And on Friday nights, I'm also on Iconic Video Games at 8 o'clock. You can also find me on Twitter with the same handle, DeadDillerM85. Give me a follow, give me some likes.
I'm
I
gonna
need
follow you right
attention. I
now.
thrive on
She
it.
she she definitely looking to collect some Pokemon out here. So definitely
And she has cool
follow her.
stories on Majestic Mayhem. Like if you go back to I think the second episode, you'll find out why she had a trunk full of objects that the police were very questionable about. And it's not illegal. It's not illegal. No, don't
Yes.
think that. But it was very
Yes. Yes.
it kind of worried the police a little bit.
Yeah, at any time, if you check my Twitter, I'm usually tweeting about dragging bodies into the middle of the woods. So it's always a fun treat with me. You never know what I'm going to
I don't
post
even know.
or
I don't
say.
even. You know what? Yo, just come by. Definitely, they out of
Sundays 9
pocket over
p.m.
here. They definitely out of pocket over
Definitely.
here. Uh,
Yes.
now we're gonna get to. I gotta give respect to Paul, our celebrity in chief, the one that's on Xbox commercials, the one that's the spokesman for the accessibility. Cerebral power bomb pineapple Paul.
Oh, I really wish the pineapple thing would go away.
Are you a swinger? No.
Yeah.
You supposed to say yeah, swing both ways.
Yeah.
Isn't that a
Oh.
pineapple thing now? Swingers use pineapples or
No,
something?
no,
I
God,
think.
no, no. Oh, that's
Yo,
disgusting. No, no, it's not
Oh.
that late. No, no.
Boo, you're boring then.
oh,
Vanilla bean.
Paul,
Oh, so you can find me on Twitter or the app formerly known as Twitter as Cerebral Paul One. You can find me on Twitch as Cerebral Paul. You can find me on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays right here on 4GQ TV for various shows. And on Tuesdays, you can find me with Russia Renegade. You can also find me on the Xbox Ambassador channel for my show, Gaming Differently with Cerebral Paul, at 12:30 p.m. Pacific, 3:30 p.m. Eastern. And on Fridays, you can find me with Wasted with Wise. Thank you very much.
Wait, is that a new one? Now you're on a new one?
yo,
Oh my
why?
god, you
I
just
didn't I tell
increased.
you to get Wise on? Why ain't you got Wise to come hang out with us yet, bro? What's going on with that?
You didn't tell me you wanted to get
I
Wise on.
did. I said bring Wise. Tell him that he need to come hang out.
I'm
Right?
sure he will. I'm sure he will. Yeah.
Wise is a good dude. All right, you can come hang out. Um, definitely. Moving on to my co-host, my best friend over here, and my gnome in the yard, Mr. Clowns, Italian Clowns, aka Mr. Opposite Man, aka Mr. I don't like anything, Starfield. No, I'm just joking.
What?
I'm just
What?
joking. Um, Clowns, please tell everyone what we have coming up and the next time they can see us.
Okay, so in the future, we already know on 4GQ TV, Elder Scrolls is definitely 10 out of 10. It's going to be Starfield. I already know this. But other than that, coming up, we still have a lot of interviews I need to schedule. I'm falling behind in things. We have several friends that have voice acting in Starfield now. We have at least 3 or 4. We're going to try to get them on the show. We're also going to try to get them on a Majestic Mayhem because they are all female voice actors. And I think that is something that is very positive, and I like to see that. I like to see more females and diversity and minorities in projects. It's a big deal to see that, so that is a very positive thing. We got Majestic Mayhem on Sundays at 9 p.m. Next week, Smack Pisces is going to guest on there. And I believe after that, Zebra Fries maybe come back for a guest episode. And I got to get with Paul because I got to give him more emails to follow up on. Yeah, and then catch me on 4GQ TV. And thank you to Bethesda for giving us a key for Starfield. We got a creator's key so that we could talk about and discuss it. So I have to disclose that as well. But everybody, thank you for coming to the show. We appreciate it. And we'll try to come up with some fun things to do when you donate or super chat and other Patreon or local community stuff. Like, post some suggestions. Let us know. Maybe we could dance on stream or have PK talk about how he's the most electrifying man in all YouTube land. Anything like that, we could do it. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, I like how you offer someone dancing. That won't be
Also,
me. That would
Also,
probably
let's
be Paul or someone else.
you
This is
You, also, I need to give props to Frog Boy, amazing guest, awesome background by the way. It's like one of the best I've ever seen. And Joanna, thank you so much for going to San Diego Comic Con with us and all the work that you put in and interviewing Sissy Jones and talking to Ashley Birch. That was a pretty big deal. Joanna actually got in to speak to more people and very
Those
positive
interviews are
person.
coming.
Yes.
hey,
They're
I'm
all
a
4GQTV
hey,
content, by the way.
hey, I want to just put it out there. I'm still mad at clowns for not getting Mike Tyson. I am so mad at him because I sent him as to get Mike Tyson. He didn't. I'm mad at you. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about Mike Tyson. Yeah, we were about to do that panel interview with Andre Susecci, so we couldn't do that. But I mean, just these last few months, 4GQ TV honestly has been so busy. I know you don't see it on this side, but on the back end, we've just been extremely busy. Dreadpool and I just completed an interview with Connie Koenig, who is a paranormal investigator. She's been on TV. She works with the Warren Foundation as well. She's check out the interview because it's very interesting. She speaks on her perspective, and it's okay if you don't believe in that stuff, but listen to her stories. She talks from the perspective of a licensed shaman, a licensed medicine woman, spiritual healer, and a psychic medium. So, and she's also one of the highest hypnotherapists in the state of Florida. She has over 700 credit hours, and it's a legit credit hours that Florida gives you to be a licensed hypnotherapist. So she has the most. So yeah, check that out. We got a lot of stuff like that coming.
Yo, if you
Awesome.
have the opportunity to interview Mike Tyson again, let me know.
Well, you guys did, but he didn't go. I mean, he just this guy. Anyways, thanks, clowns. So, like you hear it, we have a lot of things coming out. I want to thank the thank everyone in the chat again, everyone watching, everyone will watch. We're not a show without you, so thank you so much. You can always catch me here on 4GQ TV, and whenever the dragon is not asleep, I'll be on the Dragon's Den on Saturday. So, guys, have at it. Appreciate you coming. You guys have a good one, and thank you for coming out.